Before we start, 1 like, 2 share, subscribe. Gentlemen, today we're going to teach you how to text a girl you like and how to get her to like you in the process. I'll be saying it quite a lot in this video, but the most important thing to remember when texting a girl is that it needs to be fun. You pick up your phone when you're bored, don't you? You browse memes, you watch fine YouTube videos like this, and you might even play a quick mobile game from time to time. Well, girls pick up their phones when they're bored too. So when that phone is in your crush's hands because she's texting you, you'd better know exactly what to say to keep her entertained. Luckily, you're watching this video and I'll be teaching you just that. So let's get to it. Here are 7 tips you can use to get a girl to like you over text, all with a few taps of your thumbs. 7. Why so serious? Do you know how I got these scars? One of our animators drew them on me. They also gave me this spooky face paint. Pretty cool, huh? Well, I'm going to keep wearing it while I ask you this one very important question. Why so serious? Texting a girl you like is a great way to get to know her, but that doesn't mean it has to be a formal presentation of all your best qualities. Just like in the real world, you have to throw in a little flirting while you're texting her. So instead of answering her question about what you do for a living honestly, make something up. But more importantly, make it funny. And don't forget to tease her if she makes a silly typo. And if she says something that opens up a joke for you, take full advantage of that opportunity to crack a wise one. Numerous studies have shown time and time again that a sense of humor is one of the most important qualities women look for in a partner. So if you want to make any girl fall in love with you, you absolutely have to be a little less determined all the time and instead, flirt with her by using your charming wit. Sure, getting to know a potential girlfriend is serious business, but seriously, don't be so serious about it. 6. Hold that thought. If you're like I once was, you probably don't talk to very many girls. I mean, let's face it. If you already know how to make a girl like you, you don't need to watch these videos. So since the girls you talk to are probably few and far between, it's only natural to get excited when you do start texting one. But that's where you need to be careful. A conversation, whether it's in the real world or over text, is an equal back and forth exchange. Have you ever had a real-world conversation with someone and every time you tried to say something, he or she talked over you and didn't let you speak? It's annoying and unflattering, isn't it? And you made a vow to never talk to that person again, didn't you? Well, it happens over text too, in the form of sending too many texts in too short a time frame. A girl doesn't want to pick up her phone to respond to you and get several more texts before she can even finish a response. In fact, rapid-fire texts will only make her want to temporarily block you and forget she was ever chatting with you in the first place. So even though the urge to send a couple of extra texts can be overwhelming at times, especially if she suddenly stops texting back, hold that thought and give her time to respond. You see, most girls have talked to a guy who texts too much, and guess what? They don't talk to those guys anymore. So keep the text ratio 1:1 or occasionally 2:1 to avoid getting on her nerves and becoming just some guy she knew for a bit. She'll be much more comfortable with you knowing that if she has to set her phone down for a few minutes, she won't come back to a full-length novel. 5. Take a guess. There are plenty of ways to start a conversation with a beautiful girl, but one of the easiest ways is the with game, 20 questions. I mean, 20 questions is a common game, but you don't have to ask exactly 20 of them. So when you ask her, do you wanna play 20 questions? She'll realize you're about to start asking each other questions. And that's where the fun starts. Here's how to make it interesting. Start the game off normal, but after a few questions have been answered by both of you, mix it up and offer her a new way to play. Instead of answering questions about yourself, try to answer questions about each other. For example, say something like, "What's my favorite place in the world?" And let her imagination take over. It's a simple, absurd change that can turn a getting to know you conversation into a hilarious and unpredictable adventure. And that's the thing. Keeping your texts interesting will keep her interested, and the longer she's interested, the more time you have to convince her just how awesome you are. If you're not sure which questions to start with, find some inspiration in our video. The best questions to ask a girl you like. Getting the idea of how to text a girl and get her to like you yet? Well, don't go anywhere, but feel free to pause the video here if you need to run to the pantry for a quick snack, because we still have 4 more helpful tips on how to text her that can make the introductory the phase of your budding relationship a lot more interesting and fun. And like I keep saying, fun is what texting is all about. So let's have some, shall we? Here's number 4. 4. Learn English. English is a needlessly convoluted language, where grammar rules only make sense occasionally and the letter E can have several different pronunciations for reasons nobody really cares to know. Well, as much as you may have disliked school growing up, if you don't have, at minimum, a basic understanding of grammar and spelling, you'll never get a girlfriend. Fellas, you have to learn how to spell properly and construct a grammatically correct sentence. Sure, some girls don't mind it when you use the wrong form of there, or there in a text, but if the girl you're talking to does mind, she won't be able to get past your choice to be ignorant of the language you speak every single day. A girl wants a guy who's educated, and if he can't even take the time to learn middle school grammar and spelling, she's not going to waste her time. So if you struggle with spelling and grammar, don't worry. There are countless free online resources like khanacademy.org that can re-teach you the rules of the English language. You've just gotta put in the work to be better. 3. Always start strong. Hey. It's a great way to say hello to someone, but it's not how you text a girl you like. Especially if you want her to like you. I'll say it again, texting should be fun, and a boring first message isn't very fun, now is it? So to begin a text conversation with the girl you like, start off strong and open with something unique and original, your favorite joke, a story about something crazy that happened to you today, a fun fact about Capuchin monkeys, a compliment towards the outfit you saw her in at school. Just start with something that will make her think, this guy is different, something that will make her want to respond to your first text. Boredom is a powerful force in a girl's life. And a fun first text will make her face light up at the prospect of having someone fun to talk to. 2. Hop on the escalator. If you really want to know how to make a girl like you over text, you'll need to learn how to escalate the conversation. In most text conversations, whether it's the first time you're texting or you've been talking for a while now, it's expected that the chat won't just be a friendly chat. Girls expect you to escalate and make the conversation a little more steamy. In fact, this is exactly how a girl wants you to text her. She's bored and wants you to turn her on. So no matter how long you've been chatting, days, weeks, months, read between the lines of her texts and try to spot a good moment to turn the conversation sexual or ask her out. Asking a girl out over text isn't hard. You just have to tell her that you want to hang out and then give her a few days to choose from for your meetup. Of course, you'll only want to do this if the conversation has been going well. Escalating things on a sexual level, however, takes a bit more finesse and confidence. But that's why we told you to play 20 questions and mix it up a bit. It's the perfect time to throw her a curveball and ask her where the craziest place she's had sex was, or something similarly sexual. All it takes is one sensual question to completely change the direction of the entire conversation for the better. So be bold, read between the lines, and escalate when it feels right. She'll wonder what took you so long. 1. Know when to end it. Everything comes to an end eventually, including this video. And our last trick on how to text a girl to get her to like you is all about knowing when the conversation has ended. If a girl is a respectful person, she'll let you know she has to go and can't text anymore. But sometimes she gets distracted or suddenly can't get to her phone for a little bit. And that's okay too. If this happens, remember what we said before and avoid writing her a novel entitled, "Why I Think You're a Bad Word." So if her texts start becoming shorter, or she doesn't seem as engaged as she was at the beginning of the conversation, take the hint and find a way to end the conversation on a strong note. Tell her you've gotta go wrestle a bear and ask her to check in on you later to make sure you're alive. Just make it fun and give a reason to come back for more. And before I forget, while we're talking about ending a text conversation with a girl you like, try to avoid going on text sprees for longer than a couple of hours and end them sooner than that. Sure, she may like texting you, but multiple hours a day of back and forth texting can drain all the excitement out of getting to know someone. And a girl will like you more when she's looking forward to texting you, not when she's looking forward to getting out of a conversation that's overstayed its welcome. Those are the 7 ways to text a girl you like that will get her to like you. Why not check out some of our other videos while you're here?